Hi, my name is Marcio Cabi, and I want to talk to you about a very great new that I'm back to start to make Prezi training again in Brazil. And I decided to record this video in English, although my natural language is Portuguese. In Brazil, we speak Portuguese, but I decided to speak in English because I believe this is I want to share you an idea to make business in Brazil with Prezi. As I said, my name is marciocabe.com.br. This is my site. I have two projects, KONFIDE and origami.club. But let's explain about the idea. I will change here the visualization. Okay, that's all right. I want to share you my experience with Prezi. I met Prezi the first time in 2011, and I start to make a Prezi training in Brazil. When I look in Google Trends, I noticed that Prezi was growing a lot, and in the next years, Prezi almost reached PowerPoint in Google Trends, and that was my first steps in Prezi. And I have in Udemy, I have more than 7,000 students in my Prezi training. There is the Prezi training with more than 6,000 students, but this is the Prezi Classic. It's not the new version, the Prezi Next. And I have in the Prezi Next, I have more than, this is a paid course in Udemy. It's not a free course, but if you make business, I intend to make all my training, online trainings free for everyone. And Prezi Video, I love it. I love it, Prezi Video, but people in Brazil are not using Prezi Video a lot because Video is not so simple to start using. But in my Prezi Video training, there is more than 1,000 students. And now I will continue to share my career with Prezi in Brazil. I I am a descendant of Japanese, but I was born in Salvador, Bahia, and now I live in São Paulo. São Paulo is the greatest city of Latin America. And in 2013, I created a company called Brazilian Society of Professional Presentations. Em português, is Sociedade Brasileira de Apresentações Profissionais. And I met Guilherme Criscuolo. Guilherme is a great guy in Prezi networking. He is one of the best designers around the world. And in the first years, he was the winner with the conquest of Prezi design with the oceans. This was a great designer of Guilherme. My first meet with Guilherme Criscuolo was in a Prezi dinner in Hilton, and we met Rocio Medina and Drew Banks in that time. They were the Rocio Medina was the country manager of Brazil for Prezi, and the Drew Banks worked in Prezi in United States. And this dinner was very, very, very funny because we met the first users of Prezi in Brazil. And another thing very interesting, in 2013, we participate in Prezi TED Conquest. We developed a very interesting Prezi, but we wasn't one of the winners, but it was very interesting, this conquest. And Brazilian, we started to make a lot of training in Brazil, not only in São Paulo. We traveled to other cities like Rio de Janeiro and many, many other cities in Brazil. Continuing my presentation in 2017, 16, and the Panasonic was in a competition to be the official sponsor of Rio de Janeiro. Unfortunately, Panasonic didn't win, but we create a very great Prezi to this presentation for Geometry Global. If you want, we can share the presentation. You can send me a WhatsApp or direct message in my Instagram, and I can share in a Zoom call this presentation. Another very important moment is that I traveled to Brasilia. Brasilia is the capital of Brazil, and I make some training in SESC and in National Industry Confederação Nacional das Indústrias. It's the National Confederation of Industry in Brazil. I made a Prezi training in Brasilia. And very interesting. In that time, I used to have a blog called prezibrasil.com.br. This blog, I reached more than 500,000 visits in this blog. And Prezi asked to transfer this domain to Prezi, and I did it in that year because we was negotiating a partnership in Brazil. And then in the next year, we have some very interesting projects. The best project was the opening of the Beauty Fair. Beauty Fair is one of the biggest fairs in Brazil of beauty. And Ana Cláudia Petquevicius, she was how to say in English, she was organizing the event. And she needs a presentation to open the event and we made a great job. This job was done by me and Davi Oliveira, who is a Prezi designer from Portugal. And now we can see testimonial a testimonial of Ana Cláudia Petquevicius. We had only few days to create the presentation, and she loved the presentation. And I will show some scenes of the press opening. You can see in the background the press. No, this is not press. This is a video of Animoto, but you can see the press presentation. Now you can see the press presentation. It was very great. I will put the link of this presentation in the description of this video of YouTube, okay? It was a very great project. What's the problem here with Prezi? Let's continue the presentation. And another goodbye, PPT, goodbye. I don't know it's correct. Okay. In 2015, I invited Guilherme Criscuolo to make advanced training of Prezi, and it was very great moment because Guilherme shared with us some advanced techniques to make Prezi presentation. And I decided to come back to Prezi because I have some conversation with Guilherme these days, and I decided to start to work with Prezi again. And in this training, Guilherme shows some Prezi that he has developed and share how he constructed the idea to make this Prezi. Let's go ahead. I think the internet of the video is not so good now. Okay, I have some problem here. Let's start again here. So in the year of 2015, we had another very important moment. I met Peter Arvai in the second Prezi meeting in Brazil, and I this is my son now. He has 20 years old, Rafael, and we met Peter Arvai in Brazil, and I have the opportunity to record the meeting. So it was very important because it was a moment to met many people who was working with Prezi in Brazil, and I have the opportunity to meet Peter Arvai, and I have the dream to meet Peter Arvai again. Who knows if I can travel to California or Budapest to new Prezi, the Prezi company in the next years. Now, in 2017, we had the Prezi Next launch. So I started to make new courses, new trainings of Prezi, and this is another very important moment because Cubo is a very important place in Brazil. That is the place of the co-working of a very important bank, Itaú. Itaú is one of the biggest bank in Brazil. And I click here. And I have the opportunity to make a training in Cubo, and a very important person participate in this meeting, who is the José Tolove Jr. He is the man who bring a great place to work to Brazil, and he was watching this training. And you can see a little part of the training here. I will show here. You can see that this training was very, very, very good. I have a very good network in Brazil, and I believe we can do a very good job now. And in 2020, we have the problem of COVID, and it was not easy for Brazil, for any country. And I participate of the Prezi Video conquest to promote Prezi Video. And I was one of the winner of the prize of $1,000. I promoted Prezi Video a lot in Brazil, and I was one of the winners. And now I'm back to Prezi, the return of Jedi. And I will take it. Wait a minute. I will take my origami. I didn't tell in the beginning, but 6 years ago, I decided to start a company of origami. And now I am a origamist. Origami.club is my company. It's the unique startup in Brazil, maybe in the world, who has the goal to connect all the origamists around the world in Brazil and around the world. And now I love this origami Jedi. Uh, and let's take here. And now it's the return of Jedi. I love Prezi, and I believe it's time to make business again. And I have some ideas for 2024. But we can start it this year, okay? Let's. I now this place where I am. It's a office in São Paulo, and I took this photo now, some minutes ago. It's a very cool place because he is our origami atelier, but it's a place where we can make some meetings and some lives and record some videos. And we have the auditorium for, it's very near metro, subway. It's very near subway in São Paulo. It's a very good place. And we have this auditorium in the building where we can make meetings here. 15 years ago, I started my career of digital marketing professor here in this building. So that's why I decided to come back to this building too. And we can make a Prezi training here. And then let me show you the ideas. I believe we can make some Zoom call, Zoom training, online training. I can make online trainings for Prezi to promote Prezi and training people who want to learn how to make Prezi presentation for Prezi. We can make presential training in this building, in this auditorium. I believe it should be very, very good to make it once a month, one training for 30 people to show Prezi and how to use Prezi in the companies. And another thing I can do, I can go to the company and make a Prezi training for the companies who bought the Prezi license business. So I can make the training of this corporate license of Prezi. And another idea is that many people want to make in Brazil, I believe around the world, to be a professional speaker. It's the dream of many people. So we can make, how to say, I can train speakers to use Prezi instead of PowerPoint. So this is a very great marketing, very huge market in Brazil. And another thing I can do, I can help as community manager, because I noticed that the Prezi in Facebook, the last post is from 2021. I believe I can help Prezi to in the social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, I have more than 25,000 followers. So this is the ideas. I believe we can work together again. I'm very happy because my English is not so bad. During pandemic, I discovered that my English is very good because I use a lot Clubhouse. And now my goal is to make Prezi training not only in Portuguese, but we can make Prezi training in English also. And that's it. I hope you have enjoyed. I am testing, experimenting this kind of content, and it's very good. I prefer to use this kind of using a very big television and using StreamYard to make this video, because I don't like it very much to only share screen. I believe this is a very different way, and I will show you this my office here. Let me show. Oh my God, my cell phone. I was using the support. This is our origami decoration. And now I believe it's time to come back to Prezi again. Let me put again here. Now, okay. It's okay here. So that's it. This is my idea for Prezi. And I hope I'm very happy to returning back to Prezi. And I'm very grateful to Guilherme to have the conversation we had some days ago, and I decided to make all this presentation, and I'm very happy because I was looking for all my projects I done with Prezi, and I'm very happy to make this to make this review about my career in Prezi. So I believe many companies can use Prezi, but we need to have an evangelist. And in Brazil, I love to share, I love to make lives, I love to make interview. So I believe it will be a very good partnership. Now I will share how to say a video to finish this video. I will share a video to inspire everyone. Okay, I'll share this video. Think different. It's a very important video about people who think different. Thank you very much, and see you in meetings online or presential meetings to talk about Prezi and the other visual presentation tools. Thank you very much.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.